guys, what's up? Welcome to the special edition of the Vero Spotlight Radio Show online version. I throw it in there because we have the Spotlight Radio Show, separate entity, which we've been doing the past 4 or 5 years now. So this is the online version, like the podcast they call it. So welcome everybody watching the Vero Spotlight Radio Show here with your host Vero G. There, before we continue on, you guys see the QR code there. If you'd like to screen it or scan it. If you'd like to donate anything to the show, you're more than welcome to do so on here live, as you guys see us here on the show. We have a special edition. I just do something I'm going to throw you guys out there. Thank you for all the amazing guests that have been on the show who have been appearing on it. The list, there's more people that were on it, but just thank you for all who've been supporting, from the artists, the comedians, the poets, community people who work hard in the community, who've been a part of this show as, being a guest, and just everyone in general who's been supporting it. Thank you for the amazing fans and supporters. Thank you so much for supporting each and every week on the show we do here. Heart and diligence and hardworking, as they say. So I'm honored to see the hard work, finally paying off. And I think everyone who's been supporting the brand itself, the Vero Spotlight Radio Show podcast brand, also not only with that, the Vero Spotlight brand with the magazine, and also a radio side to that, and TV, and what else we'll do as well on the show. So thank you for those who are supporting. All that said and done. So guys, like I said again, this is 1 year anniversary. Yes, I appreciate those who want to continue supporting our amazing brand. With that in mind, I thank you in advance. Yes. You guys already know. All right, so this is a special edition, not only because it's a 1 year anniversary. We'll take this down for a little bit, because we're going to focus it. We don't have a guest today, but we're going to focus on the Puff Daddy case. There's so much that happened have been exposed about Puff Daddy. So we're going to do a whole segment on him. So we're not going to put celebrity news this week. We're going to focus on his case alone, separate. So listen, get your drink on. I got mine right here. Clink, 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 for those right there watching. Salute to all those watching right now. Happy anniversary, yes. And many more blessings to come. And I'm celebrating for greatness for all of us this year. Amen to that. I want to also I'm going to open the chat right now for anyone watching now, or you want to salute, or that spread the love here in the show. You can do so on the show. And if you want to feedback, anything we're talking today about the Puffy case, listen, this is a forum for you to speak your mind. Please do on the chat. The chat is open now, so you're more than welcome to say what you got to say about the Puff Daddy case. Please do. Hey, what's up, Jay fucking Dad? How you doing, brother? Good evening. Those who are watching right now, share, like, comment, share. Share the love, please. I appreciate that who's been tuning in. All that said and done. So, like I said, we're going to get right into the nitty gritty. Let's how we do the show before we get into the special edition of this show. You guys already see it there, special edition, Puff Daddy case. So this is a whole different, this is the regular show, but we're going to focus on that today. So give us a minute. We're going to get into that in a minute. Just got thrown in that direction. Yes, Liz Taylor, thank you. I do try, darling. Thank you. I do try. So with that in mind, we got a lot of explosive details. I got screen receipts of everything to talk to you guys on here. It's just, I give it up for Casey because she's a strong woman. No matter what people got to say about how she was involved in it or she later on was coerced, whatever, this woman got beaten up by this man. And I don't know how much she tolerated for all those years with him. That's what I'm going to say. And domestic violence is not suitable. It's not allowed. I'm just saying. So doesn't matter if he has money or power or whatever you call it. We're going to talk more about and the Puff Daddy special. So listen, stay tuned, stick around, get your goodies, get your snacks, get your dinner ready, because we got a lot of tea to spill tonight on that case. All right, so we know how we do the show, beginning of the show. We get into announcements and all that said and done. So furthermore, let's get right into announcements.
Here, you're watching the Vero Spotlight Radio Show, and it is part of the announcement segment. So definitely come.
Thank you, Bob. Appreciate that. All right, so we getting right into yes. Thank you so much, Jay, for pathetic. Again, guys, you can share, like, comment, spread the love. Appreciate that on here on the show as we speak. So let's get right into announcements. All right, so guys, you guys already know I've been saying this for weeks and weeks and weeks, but I cannot stop repeating myself because I'd like for you guys to show love and support. So with that in mind, if you guys like to share this, you could do so as well on YouTube. You're watching us on YouTube, on Twitch, and on Facebook Live right now. So share, support, and like. So with this aside, okay, so you guys can vote for me for the song called Scars. It's on the R&B category, and that's for the website alone there. It's for the LDM radio. And you guys can vote for me there at www.ldmradio.com. You guys can vote for me I think it's weekly, once a week or so. Definitely, I appreciate all of them supporting, voting for me. If you could do so continuously, I appreciate that as well. So you guys see that there. Just log into the website, go to vote icon, there's a little tab. Click on that, go scroll down. There's other artists that you can support too if you like. But I'm on the R&B category. So you go down there, see my name, Vero G, Scars, click, submit, and that's it. And tell your friends to support if you possibly can. I appreciate that as well. All right. So let's get into the next thing on announcements. So guys, today's the last day. I just found out today. The BNR second annual BNR Music Awards group or something like that. So as you guys know, I'm nominated for 3 categories. One is for Song of the Year, which I mentioned, Scars. The other one is Writer of the Year. And the last one is Female Artist of the Year. So voting ends as we speak tonight at 11:59 p.m. So you got enough time, guys, tonight, a couple more hours. If you want to support, I truly appreciate that. If you get a chance to, well, that's said and done. So also want to add on here before we continue on, I want to thank everyone who had the chance to vote for me for this another amazing, let me take this out real quick, for this amazing other platform I was able to be considered for. Voting ended as we speak right here, the 14th, which was not too long ago. So just letting you know, I'll keep you updated on that with that said and done when I get more updates on that as we speak. All right, so also another update announcement on here. Let me put that here back on here so you guys can see that. Yes, yes, yes. So let's get right into announcements. He's doing good. Jay's doing all right. Doing typical stuff. You know how you do. National anthem singing. Yes, I'm still trying. Still trying. Still trying. All right, so as you guys know, we got it back and running. The Who's Next NYC Radio. That's the information website you guys go support. If you'd like to send me your music, you contact me directly on my Instagram. I'll show you that in a few minutes. And that is right here. You guys can follow me on Instagram, which is at official Vero G. You go follow. I will follow back. And if you'd like to contact me there directly to be submitting your music there for Who's Next NYC Radio, which is their website, is www.WhosNextNYCRadio.com. You would definitely go hit me up on my Instagram to see how you can submit for that website. And we play all types of genres of music. We play hip hop, pop, R&B, Latin. You name it, you call it. We play all. Even we play rock and country. Listen, we love to support all music. So again, if you'd like to submit, contact me at my Instagram, which is there on the screen, which is at official Vero G. All right, so other things on announcements here. Let me take this down so you can see my face. Yes. So other announcements quickly on here. Like I said, we got what is coming up. May has just been a really interesting month for me. But for the most part, just continue on working what we're doing and supporting great content for you guys, those who are watching now later on here on the show. So with that in mind, also, I just want to update here. We don't have an official flyer yet, but I just want to show the face. So, as you guys know, Jason, as known as DJ Lama, also known as DJ Lama, also known as Jason Murillo, is running for city council candidate for District 2. As you see here, he'll be having an upcoming event on June 7th. That'll be here in the Lower East Side, East Village, they call it New York City, and is open to all. So if you guys want to support him and support his celebration, being officially in the ballot, you could definitely contact me or him if you have him on Facebook to get more further information where you guys can come and support his amazing journey into politics and all that said and done. So again, it'll be in June 7th here in the Lower East Side or East Village, as they call it in New York City. If you need further details or information, you can definitely contact me on Instagram or Facebook or his as well. And we will give you updates when we get an official flyer. All that said and done. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, Bunny for president. Get me cracking over here. Yes, that's right. All right, so I think that's pretty much it for announcements for now. Oh yes, I do want to add. That's another thing I want to throw in here. I think something else. So, excuse me, sorry. So yes, this Friday, this Sunday, I won't be on the Vero G Spotlight Radio Show because I'll be on performing live at an event. So with that in mind, They did change the time limit. I thought it was at 9 p.m. They pushed it up a little further up. I believe it's around 11 o'clock or so. But again, if you would like to come and pull up and show support, you could do so. I'll be there performing live. It's called The Breaks. That's the show. And it will be at 200 North 14th Street, and that's in Brooklyn. So if you would like to come through, pull up support, of course, you got to be over 21 because, they start alcohol on that. And, of course, bring an ID and then just support and come through, have a good time with us. So again, that'll be this Sunday, May 18th, and that will be at Brooklyn. And that's the address, that's the location. So you're more than welcome to come through and support if you guys can. Appreciate that. So prior to that, like I said again, this Sunday won't be online because I'll be busy that day. And also on the 23rd, I believe I'll be performing somewhere else. So I'm just working right now, things of that nature. And I just want to update you also quickly before we get into breaking news. Yes, so real quickly, I'm going back to the studio soon to wrap up the 7th album, which is called My Anxiety. And I'm so honored to finally get it put together. And it'll be officially released around September-ish. So, excuse me, we didn't hear that. Anyways, like I said again, it's bubbly gut to me. It will be released around September-ish, and I'll get an official release date to you guys in advance. So when it's out, you get to hear it, support it. It'll be on all digital platforms. It'll be called My Anxiety. And I cannot wait to see, people with their feedback, to support it, and all that's said and done. So cannot wait. But you also could support my latest album. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, it's called A Brand New Me, and it's been out for some time now. And let me show the picture. So it's called A Brand New Me. It's out now for some time. Definitely support that. That's out now. So definitely check that out. You also could check out the single, which has been out since I think this year in January. It's called Since You've Gone Away, forgive me. So that's the latest single that's been out as well. So support, guys. I appreciate those who've been downloading or streaming it, whatever you want to call it. Just continue, supporting everyone that's doing what they're doing. So appreciate that with that inside. All right, so that was it for announcements for now, and I'll keep you updated on more updates on me for other things I'm working on. So stay tuned for that. All right. Let's get into one of my favorite parts of the show, which besides celebrity news is my favorite, but this one's it's to that part, right? So with that in mind, we're gonna go right into breaking news. Dun, dun, dun. We got some tea for you guys there too, so get prepared. We got breaking news, guys. All right, breaking news, everybody. Can I come pretty, please? Of course, definitely. You're gonna come, let me know. That'd be great. All right, let's get into breaking news, everybody. I always gotta start with this man somehow. All right, you guys know who he is. He's our president, Donald J. Trump, and apparently the Supreme Court again is blocking him for the quick deportations under the Alien Enemies Act. Trump is focusing on the MS-13 gang member Killamar Abrego Garcia. You guys heard about him recently. There was a couple of months ago that I think he was living in Texas at the time, and apparently ICE got him, and they illegally, technically, he's actually he is a resident in Texas, by the way, and United States. But apparently ICE took him and they have sent him to El Salvador. Remember that story about him? And that was in March, by the way. Yeah. So despite, him being removed, they already had the United States were like holding him basically to not go to Central America. There was a whole bunch of stuff going on between them. But yeah, it's unfortunate with the whole situation. But he's still fighting right now. These people's attorneys and his family trying to get him back in the States for that. But I just want to sign out that also there are more than 100 migrants alleged by the Trump administration to have gang affiliations already that have been deported via the 18th century law. That's the law I was talking about, the alien thing I told you guys about just a few minutes ago, which is called the Alien Enemies Act. So that's crazy. Again, guys, if you have any feedback on this or any of the things we talk about here, you're more than welcome to talk about. You want to have the feedback on it. This is open to you guys, the public. So definitely, you're more than welcome to discuss about these things that I talk about on the show. So that's interesting. But I'll keep you updated on that if I get more information on that with Donald Trump's he has a mission to do what he has to do. I think he has somewhat of a right with the illegal immigrants that were transported from Texas to here, United States, to Manhattan or New York City, as they call it. But I think there's a way of doing things. So I think with that, it's a flippy floppy with that one. But I'll keep updated if I get more information on that as we speak. All right, next on breaking news. So this young lady here, she goes by the name of Valeria Marquez, if I said it correctly. She was the age of 23 years old. She was a TikTok influencer, and apparently she stated while she was live, by the way, that she was in fear of her life minutes before being fatally shot during live stream. This is disgusting. I can't believe this. She stated that her fear of her life as a motorbike riding killer struck on Tuesday. It was just recently while pretending to deliver her a gift in her beauty lounge salon in Mexico. She didn't know who would kill her, but she definitely had a feeling. I'm going to announce this quickly on here because this is very scary and sketchy. Just to take her down. By the way, may she rest in peace. I hope they find her killer and her family. My condolences to them at this time because this is really unfortunate of this matter. Now, I'm going to add this quickly and she'll be went to the next breaking news. Now, again, I cannot stress this enough, people. If you're in the limelight as a celebrity or you're an influencer or you're anything of that nature and you're being in the public eye, please, I cannot stress this enough. Be careful of your surroundings. Be careful what you post up. Be careful with your whereabouts because there's sometimes things that happen are out of hands. And unfortunately, I watched this show, which is on ID Discovery. It's called Hollywood Demons. It's a really interesting series. It talks about celebrities that have gone through people that were stalking them. It's just the crazy stuff that happens to them. And it's so much. So please, people, be careful out there in general. Just be cautious, because there's enough shit going on. And to hear the story, there's numerous stories like that, with men and women. And I feel like it's unfortunate, but there has to be a law or something where people don't get to the point of invading their privacy. Give them a little bit of, you know what I'm saying? In that sense, because, even though they're maybe a public eye, whatever, they have a right to be human beings too. You know what I'm saying? I'm just throwing it in there. I'm just saying. I'll send you the flyer, definitely. No problem. I'll send to you in inbox in a little while. Fuck it, that I got you. Definitely. All right, so next one on breaking news. This was just recently, actually. It's crazy. So apparently, the New Jersey Transit strikes begins bustling service to a hold. Now, apparently, this happened as early last Friday on the rush hour. The New Jersey Transit engineers walked off the job over a pay dispute for the first strike to hit major transport system over 40 years. It left over 350,000. You get that correct? 350,000, okay, commuters in the Lurch terminals in Harrison Path, Garden State, and people had to rely on cars, buses, and taxis to get home. I understand a lot of times, a lot of these unions, they want to protect, their members, or we want to call it union members, we want to call it. But a lot of times, a lot of these people get fucked over, unfortunately, because of, negotiations. They're like, they want to get paid more. They're doing all this work. It's a lot behind the scenes stuff going on. But listen, as long as they make an agreement with the union and the company, what you want to call it, and they're able to continue working and providing a service for the commuters, hopefully that will be soon, back in order, hopefully soon. So how to get my drink? Yes. All right. So that was it for breaking news. You guys know how we do. I feel like the 10-10 wins. You know what I'm saying? That back then, that's a long time ago. See, I'm like a throwback because people are like, what's that? Like, you gotta listen to that. It's 10-10 wins. It's still on it, by the way. It's, I think, 10-10 wins AM as AM side. I think, I'm not for sure. All right, guys, let's get right into it, okay? I'll keep rambling on. Let's get into one of my other favorite stuff here. Is the celebrity news. This is interesting. So we're gonna get right into the first one, and I was shocked because I was like, you can't make this shit up, right? You really can't. All right, so let's get right into it. The one and only. Oh, before we get into him, let's do the intro. My bad. See, I get too excited and I go all over the place. I was like, wait, what's going on? Side note, celebrity news. Hold on, my people. We got back.
Audio Jungle.
All right, guys, celebrity news. So how always gonna forget that part? Jesus. All right, just get right into celebrity gossip. I just said gossip. I just give you tea, extra tea tonight. Actually, champagne for you guys. All right, let's get right into it, guys. So first one on celebrity news. Yes, you know what that is. Your boy Chris Brown. So apparently, Chris Brown has gotten arrested in the UK, exactly in Manchester, for an incident in London that happened in 2023. Apparently, he was scheduled to perform there as we speak. Uh, After his court appearance, he was reported ordered to be held in custody until June 13th of 2025. That's crazy. I mean, I think this man's gone through enough with the court proceedings from Rihanna, which, we all know that situation with him and her back then with the domestic violence situation. And then, excuse me, with him prior to that with other women that he allegedly got physical with and all the situation he went through. So now with this situation, it's not looking good for him. And I know he's on tour as we speak right now. So that's a very interesting situation with that. I don't know how you guys feel about that. These celebrities, they got to take it easy with their hands and the way they do things, chill. All right, so that was that. So let's get next to celebrity news. Here we got the one, the only Taylor Swift. We got some really interesting stuff with this one here. Did I just get the picture? Oh, no, I did not. Oh, right here it is. I'm like, where did it go? It's like, where'd it go? All right, I was trying to get a better picture, but you guys see what I'm talking about. All right, so apparently this is finally true. Taylor Swift, she was besties one time with Blake Lively. So apparently it is officially confirmed. Taylor Swift and Blake. Oh, it was a big. I'm thinking now. Blake Lively. Their friendship is at halt right now, and the singer wants no part of the drama with her friend, Miss Lively, with the legal drama that's going on between her and Justin Baldini. As you guys know, they did that movie like this year or last year. Jesus, what's the name of that movie? It just came out not too long ago. But anyway, it's that movie. It Ends With Us. That's the name of the movie. It Ends With Us. And the legal battle between Blake Lively and Justin Baldini, between the allegedly the sexual harassment between them and all that other sorts. So there's still a legal battle. So apparently, to my understanding, Taylor Swift name was dragged in, and she basically didn't want to get involved in it. So at this moment, she and her are right now taking a break. I heard other rumors that they actually ended their friendship. I don't know yet, but I heard that it's on hold right now. So I don't know, you guys, how you feel about this whole drama stuff? Like it's just too much for me. I don't know. I would have been a friend, but like, listen, girl, you got drama with these people. I'm your friend, but you got to take care of your business. Don't bring me in my dirt and even to that shit. I'm just being honest. I'm just saying. All right. So also part of celebrity gossip, we got to talk about this guy because when I heard about this, I couldn't believe it until I found out it was really true. So let's get right into it. And yeah. I also want to say, if you want to be a part of my Puff Daddy case thing, you want to be a part of it, talk about it? No? Okay. I'm just saying if you want to add your input on it. All right, so we're going to get right into the one which is interesting alone. I can't believe this at all. So I had to put the picture up here for you guys. So apparently Tory Lanez, I just can't believe this. Apparently it was reported that he was stabbed in the prison yard. And he was rushed to the hospital. He was stabbed 14 times. And they punctured both his lungs, by the way. Oh, no, you're not seeing. You're seeing. What? Oh, you're not being right. All right, so apparently it states here that Tory Lanez was apparently stabbed in the prison yard, and unfortunately, he had to be rushed to the hospital. And luckily, he survived it, which is a miracle, because how are you going to get your lungs punctured and not one, two of them? It's really risky. I mean, your lungs are done. That's it. Besides the heart, yeah, that's a tricky one. But for the most part, yeah, it's unfortunate that happened to him. There's a lot of allegations apparently stating that he was set up. I don't know firsthand. There's more speculation behind that. And then they're stating there's some stuff it has something to do involved with the case between him and Megan Thee Stallion. So I don't know. There's a lot of speculations going on. There's nothing confirmed yet, allegedly. So, but unfortunately, this happened, and there is rumors that he might get an appeal or have another, apparently another appeal on his situation in the courts, because now his family's getting involved. And his father made a statement after this situation happened to his son, and stating that he prayed to God and thank God that he survived this unfortunate situation. Well, I just want to update you. He's okay now. He's in the hospital. He's stable and everything. But just to let you know about that situation, he thanked the public, and he's stating that thank God that his son survived with all that said and done, and that he wants real justice for his son, Tory Lanez, because of the fact that there is more truth that's going to be exposed about the case between him and Megan Thee Stallion. They're stating allegedly. Now, you guys know I have to get her name. I think her is Christy. Let me see if I could get that for you guys. Megan, hold on, because I had to get the name correctly. Manager. She was actually one time her manager. She was friends with her for many years, actually. And unfortunately, they had a fallout because apparently she was sleeping with Tory Lanez, and then Tory Lanez was sleeping with who else? Megan Thee Stallion. That's right. So that's really unfortunate. But I know she was, I think, one time her manager or her assistant. I want to make sure I get this correctly. I just want to make sure I get the information for you guys. Former. Hold on. I know her name. Okay, her name was Kelsey Harris. She was the former. Make sure I had to get the correction. She's not the manager at the time. She was the former, or best friend, of course, and assistant. That was her former assistant. She goes by Kelsey Harris, and apparently they're stating that she was the one that shot Megan because of just a lot of beef going on of how she slept with Tory, and it was just like a lot of one drama. But we don't know the whole truth yet. It'll be soon unfolded, I guess. But again, it's just unfortunate what happened to Tory Lanez, even though whatever happened in the past for him and everybody else with this whole drama that's going on. But again, that's what happened to him. But he is stable. He's fine. So I just want to update you guys on that as we speak. So, yeah. You guys already know. So that was it for the celebrity news. We're going to get to the Puff Daddy in a minute because this is the breaking news we got to get. I got so much information. So I got to take my time talking about it, showing you guys. I'll talk more about the facts I have here, but I'm going to show you some images too on here as we speak. So with that in mind, don't mind the background, by the way. Yes. So prior to that, like I said, we're going to get into the next segment. You know how we're going to do the show, guys, right? Yeah, all right. Make sure I got that. All right. So next but not least, we have the, this month is May month, right? And this is the Mental Health Awareness Month. So with that in mind, I do want to add on here, we have a video clip, and I want to take over 4 minutes long. And with this alone, it's very interesting because I like to understand when people go through things in mental health, awareness, whatever the illness is, whatever the case may be. I think a lot of times people don't understand how social media could be an impact or affect them, right? So with that in mind, I played last week about the children who get involved or get affected by mental health. So I want to always target certain things each week so people understand how this is not only affecting one individual, it affects everybody else, right? So with that in mind, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to play the clip for you guys. And again, you're watching the Vero G Spotlight Radio Show. We're your host, Vero G. And the 1 year anniversary, clang, 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 which by the way was January. That's why I had to realize that now. Like, oh, shoot. So we're celebrating a couple months later, but, kudos to everyone watching. Thank you. All right, so we're going to play a video. We'll be right back, and stay tuned.
I used to be on every social network I could find. At first, it was just to keep in touch with friends, but I used it so much, it actually got in the way of my personal connections with people.
I've had to learn to manage my time when it came to social media. I found so much online to like, comment on, and share that I often lost track of time, and then I'd feel guilty. I had to take control.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie, and I've experienced some of the advantages and some of the disadvantages of social media firsthand. This is my story. A friend reached out after reading one of my posts on social media. She was really concerned. You see, I broke down and wrote about how isolated I felt on campus. It was my first year of college and my first time making decisions as an adult. I've always been a little shy, so meeting people on social media was a bit easier for me than connecting with people in person. I could also find out about events going on around campus, join online study groups, and keep in touch with friends back home. As the semester progressed, I stopped meeting new people in person and I stayed in my room more and more. I had to read each and every response to my posts. I wanted to know exactly what people had to say about me, no matter if their words were good or bad. I had more friends on social media than ever, so why did I feel so lonely?
Hey Mackenzie, pizza downstairs. Come meet our new neighbors.
I didn't go. I felt nervous about meeting new people. Then I started thinking, why am I even paying to be in college? I wasn't enjoying my time and my grades continued to fall. After months of feeling this way, I reached a breaking point. I posted, I don't think I can do this anymore. College isn't anything like I expected and I can't rely on anyone. One of my friends immediately responded,
I'm coming over. Stay where you are.
Online relationships shouldn't be the only ones we have. There are lots of great things about social media, like giving support, feeling less lonely, sharing ideas, feeling understood, and having a sense of community. But there may also be drawbacks to too much social media use, like increased nervousness and sadness, and lower self-esteem. I am glad that Leela came over to listen as I talked about the ups and downs of my experience on social media. She helped me find resources that allow me to put guardrails on my social media use. I realized that I needed to balance my time on social media with meaningful personal interactions offline. Little by little, I started to step away from my computer. I even worked up the courage to join Leela at some campus events. Here are 5 tips that have helped me on my journey to better mental health while being active on social media. 1. I monitor my screen time. I keep track of how much time I spend on social media. My phone actually has an app that helps with this, making it easy to monitor. 2. I'm more selective with the people I connect with. Before making a new connection on social media, I take a moment and ask myself if this connection is something I need or want. 3. I take a break from social media. Every week, I choose a day where I enjoy my life without social media as a conscious choice. It isn't always easy, but it is an important rule for me. 4. I'm mindful of why I use it, whether it's to escape or to connect. If I spend too much time using it as an escape, it's a sign I should take a break for a period, so I make an adjustment. I can then use my offline time to get some fresh air, play my guitar, or pick up a book. 5. I limit where and when I use it. I don't take my electronic devices out during meals, and I make a point not to use them while talking with others. I also turn them off an hour before bed. By practicing these tips, I feel more in control of my time and my mental health has improved. With time, I've managed to improve my relationships both online and offline. It isn't always easy, but managing my social media use is one of the many techniques I use to keep my mental health on the right track.
All right, guys, welcome back. You're watching Vero G Spotlight Radio Show. Your host, Vero G. So hope you guys learned something with the information with that about, people who may be suffering with mental health illnesses and how social media can play an impact or affect them in various reasons. So I hope it was educational and informative for you guys this week. And I'll be back on next week on the Vero G Spotlight Radio Show. Like I said, Sunday I won't be on, like I told you guys why. I'll be doing the show live. So unfortunately, I won't be back with you guys Sunday, but I'll see you guys next week though, All right, so that was that for mental health awareness. Now, with that in mind, we're going to get right into the nitty-gritty of Puff Daddy thing because I've been dying to talk about this since it happened last week on May. Actually, it was supposed to be May 5th, but they postponed it to the Monday for opening statements and all that stuff and done. So we're going to get right into this right now. So without further ado, give me 1 second, guys, while I change this up a little bit here. All right, so it's changing up now. The scene of the crime, as they call it. The one, the only, the piece of shit in the world, Puff Daddy. All right, or I call him Scum Daddy now, as we all know him. So apparently, let's get right into the nitty gritty. Right, he ain't bad boy no more. He'll be rap boy in his ass. All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? Tuning in. Good evening, everybody. Hey, Ray, what's up, Jay fucking Dudley? Again, guys, chat is open. You're more than welcome to discuss about the Puff Daddy case with me live. If you have anything to say, you're more than welcome to add to the on the show. So we get right into it. Where to start? Yes. So let's get right into it, people. So if you guys don't know, let me just brush up a little bit. So apparently, Puff Daddy, since last year, it just all started out because I think it was a Ciroc. I think it was with that company. It was maybe that one, another one. But apparently he had a co-ownership or co-part ownership with that. But then the other people that were part of that, he had issues with them because apparently he was being greedy and he wanted more. I guess a percentage thing going on. So apparently they didn't go to they didn't like give in to his shit. Let's keep it what it is. And because of that, they have some issues. And apparently they basically did what they had to do and bury him. You know what I'm saying? So with that in mind, that's when the ball started rolling. That's first when Casey came out last year, if I'm not mistaken. And first she was gonna do a tell-all book. I remember this very vividly about Puffy, the things at that time. And luckily she put it off her hold because she was at the time was suing him. I think it was 5 million, something like that. Or I'm not for sure the exact numbers here, but I know she sued him, and then the next day she received the payment, the settlement, the money right off the bat, the next following day. So after that, that's when things started to stir up. Ever since she started, speaking out over a year ago, and then that's when the ball started dropping, and people came out the woodworks, starting his former security guard, fuck his name. He's very well known, and he from Gene Deal. That's the guy named Gene Deal, not OJ. Gene Deal. Numerous times I watched him on other shows, like Dialogue Show, Natasha K. I think he had an interview with her. I know there's other people he was on their podcast, and he spoke about Puffy at the time, even before this got exposed, about how Puffy was with the women and all disrespectful shit and things he's seen behind the scenes. So now, with the case situation over a year ago, when this all opened up, Pandora's box, everybody started opening up the box. And what I mean by that was everybody was exposing him. I'm going to give detail more into this in a minute, but it was just more people that were working for him at one time. They did it. I don't know if you guys saw it was a series. I think they had on a Tubi, I believe. Tubi TV, I believe. And they had a thing about Puffy, like a series about him. You know how they did R. Kelly, R. Kelly something. So they did a similar thing about Puffy and exposing him basically. And there were people that used to work with him, ex-former employees of his, started exploiting him, putting him out there and what he is and how he truly is, and then the Danity Kane, I forgot her name, Audrey or O'Brien or Audrey something. She talked shit about him, stating how he did a lot of people dirty. And we all know in the industry, especially in the music industry, Puff Daddy has done a lot of dirt to the artists back then, even those at the time that he was working with at the time. Excuse me, from Danity Kane, from Mace. I mean, the list goes on. I mean, from Biggie. Faith Evans, Jesus Christ. I mean, the list is too long of artists that he fucked over with their royalties. So, and their masters and that. So with that said, it's just been buildup of things that were happening for years. And then when Casey opened that little Pandora box, baby, the floodgates open. So with that in mind, the reason why he's now in jail, or actually now he's in trial, because of the fact that there's the cases he got against him is sex trafficking, racketeering, which is called RICO, and also transportation to engage to prostitution charges. So yeah, he got caught. He think all these years, over 30-some years or something like that, or whatever we call it, he has been in the game. He could do all this shit to people and they're gonna come back to him. Yeah, money can't pay for everything, brother. Can't pay for everything. All right, so let's get right into the details, right? So apparently opening day was, I think, that Monday. I'm not for sure. I think it was May 5th was supposed to happen. I think it was the next week, that Monday. I'm not for sure the date. But anyway, that week, that Monday, they had opening statements, his attorney and the prosecutors and all that shit. You know what I'm talking about. So apparently, this I'm going to put a side note. Casey, you see there on the screen, his Casey Ventura, as you don't know, his ex-fiance at the time, because of the video that came out from CNN. That's another thing also speculated with all that's happening. of her getting beat up at the hotel, which is called the Intercontinental Hotel. Apparently that stirred also the pot. But I'm gonna add here also, this is just update information I'm gonna give you guys. Casey is apparently getting $10 million from the hotel, the Intercontinental Hotel, where Diddy had beat her up. This woman is cashing in. I'm applauding her. And you know why I'm applauding her? Because she went through hell and back with this man for years. Okay? That's right. Get that money. Now, I'm going to get into the details on this. Now, day 2, apparently, that's when, Casey had to be in court. She was in court for day 2, I think 3 and 4. I'm not for sure. But with that said, day 2, she started, confessing or testifying, as they call it, in court about the sex trafficking part of things that she had to endure with him for many, many years that she was with him. I think over 10 years, something like that. I'm not sure. So I'm gonna get the details a lot. So apparently, it's a sex trafficking, and to make he paid male prostitutes to have sex with her and film her. And while there was some parts where he was in a hotel, he had a bandana, which is stupid. I don't know why. Sitting, masturbating, while he watches women at the time being screwed or fucked by a male escort. And he was directing them how to do this, how to do that, and all that said and done. You can't make this shit up, people. You cannot. I swear to God, you cannot. So apparently, in one of the situations, which I felt was so violated, apparently he took. All right, thank you. Side note. Apparently, no, I'm not laughing on that. I'm not. So apparently, it states in one of the descriptions of what Casey was talking about the sex trafficking and what he had made her do on the show. Stop on the show. Sorry. Apparently, he had one of the male escorts urinate in her mouth. Yeah, people, this is really gruesome shit. He made the male escort urinate in her mouth, and she choked. And because of that, it was just more to this. Like, listen, I'm giving you the tea to the most extent. Now, there's more information I couldn't get. It was still so much. So, yeah, we're going to get into that. But I'm going to get more details. I got some receipts on things I saw online I had to express on here about this case. And it's just grueling and entailing of how this woman had gone through so much with this man for many years. And also, I want to put a sign out to this. The freak-offs that she was going out with him, this was happening each week. People, each week. He would go and go to hotels or whatever, and he would hire these escorts, pay for the transportation, whatever, and he would literally film her. And what she did, which she was very smart, by the way, what she did was she had at the time she had the phone, whatever, and she had a copy, and luckily she said that she would try to save it, even though it was broken and whatever, but she would try to hold it so he won't use it as bait to, blackmail her, put it out there so people see it. But apparently, I heard from other resources, he did show it to other people, his intimate friends, as they called it, or friends he was very close to. He would show some videos or some snippets or photo stills of her with other people in those situations. I just can't make this up. You just can't. I'm gonna get into details right now in a bit about what I got information for you guys, because it's a lot. So bear with me right now. Okay. So, as we see, let's get right into the nitty-gritty, as they say, right? Okay, so this is talking about the time, this is about different things I went through. I'm going to read into what the information I found for you guys, okay? So, big shout out to the Shade Room. They're really informative with a lot of information with this case. I was just too much to get absorbed for you guys, but I'm going to get right into it. So, what they put here, first thing is, right, okay. So, apparently, Flores takes the stand. Now, who Flores is the gentleman who was the one. If you see the video, it was a 15-minute video, by the way. He was a security intel at the time of the hotel who works there at the time. And he's the gentleman with the gray suit who went up, because Casey in the video, we've seen it, it's already available. She used the home phone or the house phone, we call it, that's of the hotel, to get security up to, to help her, because she was at that time alone, right? And apparently that security guard, his name is Flores. He went on the scene. He discussed to Puffy, listen, you guys, he made a scene. He actually broke a vase in that hotel lobby, or not the lobby, the ground. Figuring that they were at the floor at the time, and to my understanding, Puffy gave him money, like, yo, listen, if I get the tape, I'll pay you off, And he said, no, I don't want your money, but you guys got to go back to the room. So in the video, I saw it was very disgusting where he kept beating on her and she went back and forth to the room and she was getting her stuff. And what I found out through rumor with this situation was that she was literally leaving off a freak off during that was happening. That's why he ran off with the hotel with a towel, because they were doing a freak off and she got tired of his shit. She said, no, I'm leaving. So yeah, it's a lot of shit going on. All right. So Flores, the guy I told you about, the security guy, he took the stand and he describes the incident between Casey and Diddy on March 5th, 2016. Says he responded to a call about a woman in distress on the 6th floor. Casey and Diddy were arguing and Flores told them that they had to go back to their room. Like I told you. Flores says Diddy handed him a stack of money and told him to not tell anyone what he saw. Casey said she wanted her phone and her bag. Miss Casey said she wanted to leave. Mr. Combs said, you're not leaving. I saw inside the room a male black wearing dark clothing. Combs called for me. He has holding a stack of money not to tell anyone. This was Flores is stating. He says he denied the bribe, saying, I don't want your money. Just go back into your room. He claims he pinned Diddy to the wall after the mogul accused him of recording him. This is all receipts I'm getting you guys right now. Real true story. Apparently, prosecutors show video of surveillance and footage of 2016 assault by Diddy on Casey at the LA hotel. Oh, that's what you know. Witness Flores identifies both parties. Footage shows Casey carrying a bag at a hotel in elevators just before Diddy comes around the corner, hits her and throws her to the ground before kicking her and dragging her back to their hotel room. Witness Flores admits to recording 2 copies of the assault video with his iPhone to show my wife at home. This is exactly what he stated. Flores is being cross-examined by Diddy's attorney, Brian Steele. Steele asks about missing details in Flores' report, including the fact that Combs allegedly told Casey she couldn't leave the hotel room. Flores did not add that he offered to call law enforcement, but Casey refused. The prosecution's second witness takes the stand, Daniel Phillip. He's one of the male sex strippers, or what do you want to call it? So apparently, Daniel Phillip, he says he was a male stripper who was allegedly paid to have sex with Casey at the Gramercy Park Hotel in New York in 2012. Phillip describes the room at a Gramercy hotel. Casey was in a hotel in a room with a red wig, stockings, and sunglasses. She gave me a few $100s. There were red couches alongside a lubricant. I'm sorry. There was a man on the right side of the room. The man had a white robe and a bandana over his face, below his eyes, and a baseball cap. From his voice, I recognize him as Sean Combs. People, you can't make this shit up. Prosecutors questioned Phillip about the use of baby oil. Phillip says he visited Casey and Diddy a few times after their first encounter, and they used baby oil every time. Sean Combs said we didn't have enough baby oil on. He said, y'all slow down, separate from each other. One time he tried to have us role play, like we had just met at an airport. We weren't good, so we skipped that. Oh my God. Phillip allegedly, he witnessed Diddy physically assaulting Cassie, forgive me, and decided he couldn't be involved with them anymore. He describes 2 incidents. Once Diddy allegedly hit Cassie, saying, bitch, when I tell you come over, you come over. And the other incident, Phillip allegedly he heard Diddy slapping Casey. He walked out in a towel. She ran to me. I asked, why are you staying with this guy? She said it was okay. Quote in a quote. Yeah, this is very disturbing. Like I said again, also like back to the situation, this case with day 2 with Casey Ventura talking about what's going on. Like I said again, it states here allegedly forced escort to urinate in Casey Ventura's mouth as he choked. This is all proof, people. I cannot make this stuff up. Oh my God. This is again, this is very graphic, people. So if you can't understand or if you can't listen to, you gotta leave out the room. If you can't, it's very graphic in detail. So I'm just giving you guys a heads up. What more I'm about to say on here. So apparently, I just want to show this picture quickly here because her husband, his name is a weird name, right? Alex Nice, that's her husband, by the way. He was a strong man. He supported her during this situation at hand. That's the gentleman right there on the screen you guys see there. So apparently the judge who is on this case called Arun, I hope I said his name correctly. So Roman, I can't get his name, forgive me, had called a 10-minute break before Casey's testimony. A lawyer for Combs asked that Casey's husband, which you see on the screen, Alex Nice, not be allowed in the courtroom while she testifies because he might be called as a witness. Riddle me this, riddle me that. So let's get back to the picture of Casey and that interesting gentleman next door. Okay, so apparently it states here Casey testified that Combs would, I won't say correctly, smash her head, drag her, kicked her, and stomp her in the head while she was down. Asked how frequently Combs became violent with her, Casey softly responded, too frequently. Casey was also asked about freak-offs as she was shown still images of the now infamous 2016 security camera footage of Combs beating her at the Los Angeles hotel. Casey said before the altercation, we were having an encounter, which I told you was a full freak-off, and I was leaving there. Casey noticeably pregnant on the witness stand. You guys know she's like almost pregnant, by the way. She's been emotional from the start of her testimony, and as she takes deep breaths and sometimes pauses as she speaks. Sean controlled a lot of my life. This is what she's stating, right? Whether it was career, the way I dressed it, everything. I just didn't have much to say in it at all the time, Casey testified. Now, when the prosecutor questioned her about the freak-offs, she said that she was barely 22 years old when Combs first asked her to do them. She said she was confused, nervous, but also loved him very much. Asked how she felt when Combs first proposed engaging in a freak-off, Casey said, I just remember my stomach was falling to my butt. Just the nervousness and confusion at that moment. She said that she didn't feel like she could say no to Combs because she didn't know what no could be or what no could turn into, which she said she learned could include violence and blackmail threats. Now, I want to add a side note to this too, because apparently when she was sitting in the trial for the mental heart, apparently she states that he was so abusive to her. This is unfortunate what she went through. The fact that there were times if she made a face and he didn't like it, or she said the wrong thing, privately he would beat the shit out of her. And there were times he publicly beat on her in front of people that he worked with. And that's why a lot of people started coming out. Like the hairstylist, the makeup, her friend, one of her friends who was a hairstylist at the time, who's friends right now, and the Puff Daddy trial, not a trial, the series I saw on Tubi, she talked about it. She said he gave her a black eye in front of her. And in case he was like, it's okay, And I'm like, listen, people with domestic violence, this is a very serious situation. And people can't tell me why she didn't leave. It was so good that he gave her money and clothes and bought her things and trips and all that. Okay. But let me tell you something. It's called, it's a word for it. It's called something bonding. When a person who's abusive to their partner and to the point where they've been with them for some amount of time, they think that's kind of love, not realizing the whole time that's abuse, and that's not necessarily needed to be in a relationship, but because they have, forgive me the word, but it's something bonding and traumatic bonding. That's what's called, traumatic bonding. And for the fact that she got accustomed to it, she thought that was normal. You know what I'm saying? So there's more to the situation. And I'm not talking about that. But I don't like when people say, oh, but you know what? She deserved it because she liked all the lavish stuff he was buying her. And, she co-signed it. In the beginning, she did. But later on, he coerced her. And also, the abuse that he given her, she didn't want to endure no more of that. So she went along with it. So people don't understand. You have to be open-minded with this case. You just can't be because he said one thing one way and his attorney said this, that's how it goes. No, it does not. Have you guys seen his daughters? Like, hello. The first time they went there, they seemed fine. But then the last couple of times they've been going to court with his sons, of course, Justin Combs and Christopher Jones. What the fuck his name is? Oh, his sons, whatever. His daughters, literally, I heard about it. His daughters literally went off. They left the court when they started understanding how his father is about and everything is revealing itself. So they had to leave the court because I think they couldn't tolerate anymore. And I'm like, listen, if you want to look like have a certain image and portray yourself like you're innocent, that's great. But why are you getting your kids involved hearing all this real shit is coming out? They're not gonna see him the same way. I'm just saying, look, you're open to have any the chat's open. You're more open to say what you gotta say about this. I'm just saying what I've seen and what I heard, and being a domestic violence survivor, I firsthand see the shit she had to go through. And I commend her for speaking out and knowing there was retaliations against her because of her speaking out. Now this man is being prosecuted. Let's keep it what it is now, right? You know what I'm saying? And we all know Kim Porter, may she rest in peace. There's a lot of speculations about her death. And I know I'll be sure we're gonna talk about that in a minute too also. Hold on. All right, so prior to let's get back to the story here about the situation. So apparently a prosecutor, Emily Johnson, asked Cassie, what happened to her music career and the 9 albums that were never released. Cassie said she recorded hundreds of songs, some leaked online, others just didn't see the light of day. She testified that much of her time was taken up by the freak-offs. Freak-offs became a job where there was no space to do anything else but to recover and try to feel normal again, she said. Now, I'm going to add to this, too, because apparently she stated this where there were times when they were doing this repeatedly each week, and it got to a point where she had to numb herself, literally numb herself with drugs. And he got into ecstasy and those heavy, like cocaine, all that other stuff, you know, what we said. And apparently there was a part where her and Puffy actually overdosed on opiates. Yeah. So they started having a drug addiction after all this. So the way she kind of like mentally, you know, numb herself was through drugs. And I heard they said that she went to a drug rehab. She went to a therapy, something, I forgot what she said, where she had to get a certain therapy methods to kind of heal, if you know what I'm saying, of the trauma she went through with this man for years. This is unfortunate. I can't believe this. Okay, after the Las Vegas trip, Cassie said she was invited by Combs to hotels in New York and where they talked about music projects and albums. When Assistant U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson asked what else happened at hotels, Cassie took a deep breath and said she was introduced to the idea of oral sex at the hotels. Casey also noted that Combs is 17 years older than her and that she was sexually inexperienced when they first got together. She said she eventually had sex with Combs on a boat during a trip to Miami. She said she had wine in the afternoon and then Combs introduced her to ecstasy for the first time. Jesus Christ. Can't make this up. She says, I just didn't know what to do, what would happen. Casey elaborated on why she felt it was so difficult to refuse Combs' demands, reiterating her fears of violence and blackmail videos from freak-offs being disseminated on the internet or being released on the internet. Sean is a really polarizing person, also really charming. Casey said, it's hard to really be able to decide at what moment will you need when he's telling you what he wants. I just didn't know. I didn't know what would happen. See what I was telling you guys about that? Now it states here, Casey testified that having sex with Diddy for the first time felt like it was a turning point. She said it might, or let me rephrase that. She said it made her feel closer to him. And as they spent more time together, she believed they were in a monogamous relationship. In hindsight, I knew that wasn't the case, she said. Sean Combs had many girlfriends. Wow. Over time, Combs became increasingly controlling and sometimes was violent, Casey terrified. You make the wrong face, and the next day I knew I was getting hit in the face, she said. So that's why I told you guys. You make the wrong... Oh, yeah, I just said that. Casey said that if she didn't respond to his calls right away, they would be like crazy amount of calls. I heard about that. She said that he used to call her obsessively, like around the clock. Yep. Until she did, and Combs' staff, including security workers, would join in the pursuit. I'm telling you, this is all the tea I'm giving you right now, live on the show. Listen, comment section open, chat open right now with all this going on, exposing this man. Lord have mercy. So much going on. All right, so prior to that, we're gonna get into more in a bit, but before we get into hold on, let me get into a few other things I want to talk about here. So Okay, now day 3 and 4 is interesting because there's more like talk about the drugs part, right? So apparently it states here, Casey got cross-examined, and it stated in Texas that she loved the freak offs. Okay, this is what his lawyers are trying to push her, like she was not coerced and basically agreed to this, right? So they said that she loved the freak offs and wanted to do it as a constantly, and also she consent to it, right? This is very interesting. So with that in mind, we're gonna get into this shit because I'm getting right to the tea with this. Our next picture I'm gonna put up here, it's with him, but it's with this gentleman. Now, this guy, I saw his film. This is a gentleman, and he's also one of the sex workers or male escorts, they call it. Let me get right into it. So this happened in the year 2018. There was a video footage. It's on YouTube, by the way. You guys can check it out. He goes by the name of Jonathan Aldi, right? He was actually, Casey finally vindicated what he was saying all these years about Puffy. She finally released it on the trial and testified about the truth, what this man was saying. So he, apparently, Casey said that he is actually one of Sean or Puffy Combs' sex slave. Let me get that correct. So apparently, all right. So prior escorts are willing to testify, and then one of them is Jonathan Aldi, which I just mentioned right here on the show. You guys see his face, that's him. Apparently, it states that he was a sex slave, as Casey has claimed in her testimony that he was confirmed as one of them as of 19. Let me rephrase that. Okay, so yeah, 2018, there was a video footage of him. He was arrested for something else, and apparently he exposed Puffy. A lot of things he said about him, and now the truth is finally confirmed by Casey. So apparently he was questioned for another investigation, and he was in a full interview with the cops exposing Puff Daddy, as he is a part of the Illuminati, as the name of the Illuminati chapter or chamber, what you call it, is called Ibule Society. And that's alongside with that is a lot of like high society entrepreneurs. Like it's supposed to be for the African American community. That's what's more with the society with that. So I just want to give you guys what that really is. Prior to that, he also states in the interview that him, Puff Daddy, Rick Ross, and DJ Khaled are gay. That they like men. This is what I see in the video. Interesting, right? He also states that about how the sex and how sex, states about the sex and how Casey and Puff Daddy was threatening him during a settlement negotiation. And how Puff Daddy had hidden tunnels in the underground. Now, I heard about this prior to this situation, so there's a lot of truth behind it, but allegedly. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. I don't know. It's just very unfortunate what's going on with this whole situation with that. So, yeah. All right, so we're going to go to another situation here because it's a lot of things going on here. I got to give you the tea. I told you guys, it was so much stuff going on back to back each day. I want to give you highlights because there's probably more information that I haven't given you yet. And you have to go online because there's so much going on here. I'm telling you so much. And she also, I want to just side note this. Casey, I think she threatened somebody because it was not only Puffy. I think it was somebody else involved in the circle because she didn't want the videos of her in those proposition situations to be seen in daylight, basically, or being seen on internet. So, yeah, she was in fear of that, big time. Just want to throw it in there with that situation. Okay, so here's another story which you guys are gonna crack up in a minute. Hold on, let me take the picture. Okay, so this one is interesting situation here, guys. If you're just tuning in, what's up? Welcome. You can share, like, and comment. Okay, so this one is another woman, another victim from Puff Daddy, apparently, unfortunately, and this is a couple years ago, and she states, no lie to you, that when he had, unfortunately, sexually, you know what, I can't, because we're on YouTube, you gotta be careful about this. So when he violated her, you know I'm going with this, right? She states that he had a Tootsie Roll sized penis. That's why you see the picture next to him there. She states that she was glad it was too small because it would be hurting her. Again, you cannot make this shit up. And again, I apologize for those victims out there who unfortunately went through situations. Why are you laughing over there? What's going on? What are you doing? I'm going live. Get out of here. I'm sorry. Again, people, you cannot make this shit up. You cannot.
Where's the comments?
I'm done.
Show the comments.
The what?
Comments.
Oh, comments. Yeah. I'm like, who? What? Oh my God. Let me see, because I have to scroll down. Oh my God. So it said no Diddy zone. Ray, what's up? What's up? No Diddy zone. That's right. Oh, CJ said congratulations. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. You too, man. Congratulations. I saw that. What you got, man. Big shout out to you as well, man. Big shout out to you as well. Again, guys, we're live now. You're more than welcome to comment on these interesting situations. Puff Daddy or anything I talked about on the show today. You can share, comment, all that said and done, and all that good stuff. So let's get back to this individual here. But again, my not condolences, my God. My heart goes out to those who unfortunately were SA by this gentleman here. And it's not a joke. That's very traumatizing. And I'm not laughing about that. I'm just laughing about his penis size. But for that matter, it's disgusting. But anyway, like I said, the lady who was SA by him a couple years ago, she states that she felt in a way glad it wasn't too big because it would hurt her. So with that said, that tells you why he has such a chip on his shoulder. That tells you why he's always thinking he's cocky and ego. You see where I'm going with this, guys and ladies? I'm just saying. That means you have the Napoleon Dynamite, not Napoleon Dynamite, wrong one. Napoleon effect, meaning he has a certain way of looking at things, but he can't measure up to what he has in reality. You know what I'm saying, people? I'm trying to be cool about this. So, yo, this is crazy. I can tell you this trial, forgive me, is long. So I'm just giving you like highlights so far what I've been hearing and getting from other situations. Lord, you can't make this up. Okay. So let's see what else we got here in the case right now. Yeah, like I mentioned before, quickly, Casey have exposed and said it in her testifying on the court that Casey had a drug overdose with opiates, by the way. And that was one of his addictions, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. It states here on the cross-examination from Diddy's lawyer, Casey Ventura testified he overdosed on opiate drugs and that they were both drug addicts, using a variety of drugs, including ketamine. By the way, that's really strong, by the way. More on, okay, so that was information I got from that. That's crazy. Oh, my goodness, guys. You can't make this up. This is just getting... I'm gonna keep updating you. I got more information, by the way, but I'm just gonna update you more when I get. But this is what other notes I wrote down for you guys. So, this young lady here, we all know her. Years ago, she used to work for him. She used to be with Danny Kane. She goes by the name of Dawn. If I get it correctly, Dawn Richards. She also, at the time when she left Danny Kane, she was on another group with him, with another female. I forgot that they did that one song. That was pretty much, I forgot the name of it. But anyway. So apparently, this young lady by the name of Dawn Richards from Danny Kane, she's one of the singers with him, who is, she was actually recently, when Casey was there, she was there to vouch what she seen when Casey was getting beat up. She was actually witness to that, and also she was a witness to other females that he violently attacked. So she's a witness to that. But also, I believe I heard she's going to testify also because I believe she sued him for sexual assault, if I'm not mistaken with that. Yeah, it's just getting interesting, guys. This is getting really crazy here. Another note on here for this case, I'm gonna add on here because I don't want to forget anything before I get out of here. Okay, so yeah, okay, so this one here is long. I'm gonna give you guys information on this one, right? So apparently, I don't know if I have his picture. No, it's okay. It's fine. Just leave it like that. I'll put the scumbag's face back up here. Hold on. There we go. So apparently, if you guys see, that's him now. Puff Daddy, how he looks in court and that sort. So apparently, as you guys know, I mentioned about I'll Be Sure, right? Now, I'll Be Sure is a well-known, established R&B artist for many years, since the 80s and 90s, what we call it. So he is the father of Quincy Jr., I believe, which we all know. The back and forth between him and Puffy for years. Puffy stated that he is the father of Quincy Jr. We all know I'll Be Sure is the real father, biological father. And I know there was some stuff behind the scenes where Kim Porter, which is the mother, by the way, who passed away, stated that she protected I'll Be Sure because Puffy wanted to have control over his biological son, by the way. But he threatened his life basically, and because of that, he wasn't too much in the scene because of Puff Daddy's goons and all that nature. You know what I'm saying? So because of that, at times when he got older, he just tend to see his kid. I'm not stopping that, but Puffy had a big hand into controlling that as well. That's unfortunate. But that's I'll be sure. So I'll be sure. I talked about this, I think, last week or so. I think that he is having a memoir, a book that's going to be out in September, I believe. And I forget the name of the title. I think it's something about Didn't I Tell You So or something like that. And it's going to talk about his career, about his life in general. And then it's also going to touch base about exposing Puffy and how the fact how you can explain it. Okay. How Puffy had some hand into Kim Porter's death. I'm just going to say that. And then at the same time, he's going to talk about how he ended up getting into a coma. And he's saying there's a hand of Puffy involved in that. I don't know, but in the tell-alls, he talk about that. But I know I'll be sure when somebody asked him, I think it was Rosanna Scotto in Channel 5, the Good Morning America. What do you call that? Not Good Morning America. Good, the Fox 5 shows. I should watch years ago. On that show, I saw an interview and they asked him if they, in the court, if they want him to be subpoenaed and go to court. He said yes, he'll be in court and he will testify against Puffy Combs, and he will be exposing him basically. For once he's been saying this for years about Puffy, and people turned their cheek the other way. They didn't want to hear it, but now that all this is being revealed, now he said it's time. It's time. So I just want to state that on there as well on the Puffy case right now as we speak. The last one I want to add on here briefly here because this is just updated today, so I'm gonna update you guys on that. So one more time, I'll show his face. Where is he? Okay. So as you see here, that's her husband, Alex Nice. I think that's his name correctly. If I said it right. Excuse me. So after she testified, I'm doing the show. Thank you. Wow. You want to finish that up? Really? Really? Okay, very good. You want a Tootsie Roll? Anyway.
Mine's too big for you.
I'm live, right? Oh my God, guys, forgive me. Forgive me, guys. Can't make this shit up. All right, so last but not least on the Puff Daddy case, there's more to this bit. I'm going to just give you highlights next week when I come back on the show, what I could find and give you more information on that in due time. All right, so with that in mind, damn, really? You want to keep doing that while I'm on the show? Damn. I'm sorry, guys. All right, so let's close it out now with this. So apparently, as you guys know, Casey's husband, who I mentioned, his name is Alex Nice. No, actually, why I kept saying the wrong name? Alex Fine. He is fine, by the way. Alex Fine. He has been very supportive for her while she's going to court these couple of days to, say her testimony and say her, her truth and all that said and done. So apparently Casey had, she had her attorney talk on behalf of her and him. And by the way, she's 8 months pregnant, by the way. So she could pop anytime because she has like 1 more month left, basically. So, but apparently, their attorney states that they both are stating this on behalf of them, that now they have closed that chapter of Puff Daddy, and they're looking forward with their growing family and to keep focused on their lives together. I think that's well said. Because of the fact that to imagine having to hear the things that your wife went through with this creep, and firsthand, he stated in the statement recently, this was just yesterday or today, I think, Alex, her husband, Alex, fine, by the way, and he stated where there were moments where he was there to support his wife, and he was very proud of her to make that moment, to put it out there and finally heal, as they say, right? But at the same time, there was points where he wanted to basically fuck up Puff Daddy in the court. He was really pissed off because of the things that he did to her and felt like he had the upper hand the majority of the time of their relationship for those years that he'd been with her, meaning Puff Daddy and Casey. So, yeah. But other than that, that's it for now with the information I have for you guys for the Puff Daddy trial or case, we're going to call it. If you guys I've been watching it on TV as well, how the family goes in there, the mother, the sons, the daughters, I think other people, friends of his as well, go in there to see what's going on. And I think it's sad because, let me take this down. And I think it's sad because the fact that, you know, they didn't support him, but then they're getting to really know him now after all these years living with him and, you know, seeing one side of Puff Daddy, but now they're seeing the other side that he's never shown to them. So it's like revelating. It's revelating a lot of stuff happening now as we speak. And it's unfortunate right now, you know, and I really do feel sorry for the kids, Puff Daddy's kids, because I guess they don't really know their dad in a sense. And I really do sympathize with the victims because to overcome something of this nature, being as a victim myself, and I know firsthand how traumatizing that could be. And then if you go to court and reliving something with somebody of that nature, it's really hard. It's really hard. And I think these people, there's more people going to be testifying against him. Just letting you know right now. So when I get more information, I'll keep you updated with that next week. But with that in mind, this man needs to go to jail for a long time. And they even stated if they have evidence about him with the sex trafficking, with the racketeering, and also with the mention about transporting escorts back and forth, which, by the way, is illegal internationally or locally. It's illegal, by the way. That's prostitution. So with that in mind, he could serve, I heard, if I'm not mistaken, 30 years to life. Yeah. So like I said, you know, me personally, listening to this case, hearing other situations, other people's testimony, you know, other situations the case may be, this man's not going to see a day of light. I don't care how much money he got. I don't care he got the most expensive attorneys. I don't care how his family may portray him as such a great dad and he's a great mogul. He's done so much for people. But do you see the hurt he has put in for other people that personally worked with him or have been involved with him? Like, people, you got to be open-minded. You just can't be one-way minded and thinking Puff Daddy's innocent. No. He's in court for a reason. He's in trial for a reason. It's not like he went and you know, took old lady's bag, robbed her. You know, it's not something not minor. These are serious charges they're having against him. And for the feds to go and infiltrate in your home, and it was with the location, I think it was in Florida. He had two locations, Florida, I think, and LA. I'm not mistaken. I think. Come on now, there's something really serious. And the part where he said, "Oh, they didn't have enough baby oil." I heard from what the freak offs is that he was using 5 bottles per freak off. 5 people. Look, the number here. Do you see my hand? 5 bottles of baby oil per freak off. That means per sex session. How much baby oil do you fucking need? I mean, you only have like 2 holes, right? I mean, the butthole and, well, if you're a female, you know, you got the vagina, right? But if you're a man, you only got a penis and an ass. But how much oil do you need? I'm not being funny about it, but it's like, really? I'm just saying, let me get into the comments right now. Again, we'll be here in a few more minutes. If you have anything to say about this, you're more than welcome to comment about this situation at hand. Let's see here. Good evening, Ray. Ray, what's up, brother? How you doing? No Diddy zone, bro. G, that's right. No Diddy zone. Oh my God! Congratulations. Thank you, CJ. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Much love. Yes. I'm just reading a few of the comments here as we speak on the show. P. Diddy lost the keys to the city. Of course, you know that. I mean, ever since all that started opening up, like even last year. Remember that? It's funny you say that, right? Because how ironic. Puff Daddy lost the keys due to his bullshit. And then Eric Adams ended up becoming, at the time, he had legal issues with his corruption case. Ain't this some shit? I tell you, you can't make this shit up. Oh my God. You just can't. Listen, people. All that said and done, I don't know. We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to play a few songs for you guys on here while we get back before we close up the show. And again, comments are open. Chat is open now. So if you have anything to say about the Puff Daddy case, y'all more than welcome to, say your piece, say what you got to say about here, of this piece of shit here. Mr. Puff Daddy. I can have a few names in here, but I don't want to say too much on here now. Excuse me. So again, we're on music break. We'll be right back. We'll play a few tunes for you guys, and we'll be right back.
Yeah, starting never fall to push myself to greater heights. Yeah, starting never fall. Yeah. Get it started, never fall to push myself to greater heights. Grab the mic, shoulders bust it down right. Got the weed, past the blunt, smoking competition, stake a million. Now the witness, bear witness, wishing that they never did. Screw me over, told them all. Gonna take the world and make it mine. Grinder on the regular, back is gonna shine. Holding a matter of time before it happens, dog. Listen. Only a matter of time before it happens, dog. Hope you're able to keep up with me since I got the ball. Plan to rip apart any fool that'll tip the trash, pass, acid scratch. Don't mean to share on them IBS. Guess I really did it on no accidents. Happened on I want it all. Continue to rise up, even if I fall. Rise up, even if I fall. Rise up, even if I fall. They ain't listening. People turning their backs, not singing what's behind them. Let me my mind don't call about my name. Now the man, I even going here. Now they're in the back, I came from my respect. That will never change. Picking these rappers apart, rearranging their brains, thinking twice. What's the best decision? And with sharp precision, mouth became a blade. Never overstay my work, defender in the game like a glove. Whew, quite a shame, want the fame just enough to get the recognition. I'm just showing what the game been missing. Fishing for attention, never been the type. Get it in, oh, that he's singing what I like. Might piss off a few, but I do not give a flying meal. That's a riddle, I kill shit without even trying. Never complicated, keep on concentrated with the skills. Got the mash appeal, I'm too ill. Rather keep it real, the fate being me. Hella back, coming soon, just you wait and see.
Making no noise, but how I cheaper like a power phone. You wanna gas when I got bitch, make a gospel song. Now back gonna get rich with the ringtone beat. Even that nigga from Bourneville that cannot see. He ain't saying nothing, he got a ball like real. His shit be running about his head, looking like the club and sound like a Down syndrome kid. Rockin' spider vessel next to his sidekick. Tricky do the star, but think we know it all. And then the two, the one that beat the broke the already with me. Crying for the video, collect more bottles, they get more paper. Yeah, we just did it, you past, you bring it to the future. I can see past your lies, trying to gas my mind. Laughing in your face, laughing in your face, cause you wanna flow like me. Now you get mad, cause you're not even better than me. Black lung, for my two wanna be. I'm the blueprint center, I'm the blueprint center, I'm the blueprint center. Laughing in your face, laughing in your face, cause you wanna flow like me. Now you get mad, cause you're not even better than me. Black lung, for my two wanna be. I'm the blueprint center, I'm the blueprint center, I'm the blueprint center. From your engineer to get your ear checked. Know what Mrs. Guybin, plus your Mrs. Gibb is okay. I don't care what the hell you say. I'm the head of the game, I stay the fresh of the game. I keep a bad bitch on my side while she on her knees praying holla, holla. When she suck me off, tell you where it bro, and she will let you low. And I'm the really game changer, so me flow and changer. Let me hear your best verses, all I hear is cricket. 6 man with yo, I carry your verse up into the hearse. The crib is over like Eddie, taking over the city. Like vaccine shot, while you're still stuck in the same spot, puffing on a Kansas City. Watching the lungs always getting darker. Hood niggas still drinking that dog liquor. Freestyling on the corner, going nowhere. Like Kingpin, don't lose your day job. Day job. Laughing in your face, cause you wanna flow like me. Now you get mad, Cause you're not even better than me. Black long, for my 2 wannabe. I'm the blueprint Santa. I'm the blueprint Santa. I'm the blueprint Santa. Laughing in your face, laughing in your face. Cause you wanna flow like me. Now you get mad. Cause you're not even better than me. Black long, for my 2 wannabe. I'm the blueprint Santa. I'm the blueprint Santa. I'm the blueprint Santa.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. You're watching the Vero G Spotlight Radio Show here with your host, Vero G. Yes. So just want to say a big thank you to all those who've been supporting this amazing platform for the podcast version. Because I get people confused. They're like, wait a minute, you've been doing other stuff for a couple of years. Like, no. This is the podcast/online show. For those who've been watching, tuning in. Actually, it's been a little bit longer because I've been doing this, for some time. But officially with this show, it's over a year. But, let's salute. Clack, clack. I got my little champagne or something here. So salute to everyone who's been on the show. I want to thank everyone who's been supportive. I've been doing this for some time. And, thank you for everyone in general who's been just great and just working with me and bearing of everything that we've been doing for the past couple years with, like I said, the brand, the Vero G Spotlight brand, magazine, TV, radio, and now the online version of the show. So I'm just honored to be a service to you guys, with to being a platform to be heard. And, sometimes in the industry, you feel like you're getting overlooked a lot of times. I feel like that sometimes too, I'm not going to lie. But I think for the most part, as long as you keep being consistent and you keep working hard in what you love to do, I think that's what really matters. And people who genuinely see that will respect you with that and appreciate you, Also, I want to give a big shout out to DJ Mellow Mike. I was on the show tonight on DJ Mellow Mike show. So big shout out to him. Also, big shout out to, I don't want to get his name wrong. The after music hours, something like that. I was on there, I think, as of yesterday. So big shout out to him on that. DJ Cyclops, thank you for having me in the show. I'm very excited. So I'll let you guys know when it's out, and I'll share it and promote it and all that said and done. So thank you guys. And then next week I'll be on the Miss Farley show. It was rescheduled, so I'll be on there next week. I'll do you guys. I think it'll be Monday, but I'll confirm everything with you guys. More when I have more information on that. So, with that said, like I said, this Sunday I'll be performing live. Let me show one more time the flyer so you guys can see that. If you guys want to, pull up, show some love, support. That is the location, time, all that said and done. It'll be, again, it's called The Breaks. That's a show. We're performing, 1 or 2 songs in that. And, come pull up, support. You want to definitely show some love. You're more than welcome to come through. And as long as you're over 21, because, a lot of places they serve liquor, alcohol, that's the legal age to drink, right? So with that in mind, make sure you bring ID, please. It doesn't matter if it's the regular ID or the new ID, they take either or. So, but yeah, definitely come through. Information is there along with all that said and done. So you guys already know. That's right. So with that in mind, I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. Like I said, you'll see me next week. And also, if you'd like, before we get out of here, we have submissions soon for the magazine deadline. I can extend it. So again, if you'd like to be on the magazine, okay, reiterate that, for the June issue, hit me up right away. Either you have me on Facebook or IG. You're welcome to contact me to get further information how to be on the magazine. Also, if you'd like to be a guest on the show, I do have some openings left for May for Fridays. So if you'd like to be a guest on here, let me know. I have Sundays already finished, locked in. So again, if you'd like to be on Friday, the 2 days left we have for May, you're welcome to contact me if you'd like to be a guest on the show. With that in mind. I will have June. Actually, I have June already open. If anybody's interested for either the Sundays or Fridays. So take opportunity. If you have a project, if you have something you want to talk about, let me know. Hit me up on those platforms I told you. One more time, you can follow me at Instagram, which is at official Vero G. You guys see that below there? You can do so. And that's pretty much it for now. So with that in mind, I thank you all for tuning in. God bless you all. Have a great week in advance. Happy weekend day or weekend. What do you want to call it, right? Also, happy Memorial Day. Yes, Memorial Day is coming up, I think. Let me see what today is. I think isn't that next week? Memorial Day?
Next weekend.
So I'm thinking.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm thinking in advance. But in advance, happy Memorial Day weekend for next week, okay? I'm thinking like a whole bunch of stuff going on. I'm like, wait, what? What's up with my days? But either or, thank you guys for tuning in. Support us. Continue supporting what we do. Real quickly, one more time. Again, we have submissions opening now for the Who's Next NYC Radio. If you guys like to submit your music there, you know where to find me at. But that's the website. Again, it's at www.WhosNextNYCRadio.com. And we play music, as you see up in the flyer. It says it there 24/7. All genres of music are welcome. You know, I think clean version is great, but also if you want to include dirty, I guess we're able to do so. So again, contact us. You know where to find me. With that said and done, and if you want your music to be played, let me know. You already know. All right, so guys, I am out of here finally. I'm gonna rest for a little bit, and I hope you guys have a great week and week in advance. And be blessed, be safe out there. And I will update you. I will update you on the Puff Daddy case. I gave you a lot of information this week. So I'm updating you guys. I had to put some highlights because it was too much going on. I said, I'm not going to be hours writing this. No. I'm just going to give you what I found, which I think really stands out. So, yeah. But I'll definitely keep updating you guys on that. And more tea and more things along with this week coming up for the show. So, all right, guys, I'm out of here. I'm going to close up the show. Your girl signing out, Vero G. Until then, have a blessed week. And we'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Take care.
That as a plus size woman, you're doing it, and I'm like,
baby.
But why can't you do it? And she's like, well, Mom's like, I'm not pretty enough. And she's
like when
she's very pretty. And I was like,
about, like,
but you are. And she's like,
and we just sit back and vibe to it.
I have this,
and, when we was hearing it, like,
body and these stretch marks, and I'm like, and
they got the amazing Maroon 5.
Someone came up to me on a show and like, I could never do this. I had surgery on my neck and I had a scar, and I'm like, and I said, you know what I'm saying? To me, scars show what we survived. They're a badge of honor.
Came at them and brought a little vibe to it. Honestly.
It's not a flaw.
It just a little turn up because I know my first project
I accomplished this. I
more
lived
subtle,
through it, and I'm better for it.
So because it was around February,
that's
around the time you got the love,
what I really predominantly love to share with people, and
this time around,
bring that awareness because I'm plus size. I'm going out there. I'm doing this stuff. All eyes are on me when I'm doing this stuff, and
songs come about.
I still struggle sometimes. I remember going to one New York Fashion Week. I had,
and we was hearing it like
imposter syndrome, and I told this girl who's pretty well known model, and I'm like, I feel like I don't belong because you have all these